Every morning, the city wakes before the sun. Millions of people step outside, chasing success, chasing money, chasing dreams they hope will finally make them feel complete. The streets fill with movement, the trains fill with strangers, and everyone seems to know exactly where they're going. But among the thousands of faces passing by, some people are simply trying to survive another day. Ethan walks through the crowd unnoticed, surrounded by people, yet feeling completely alone. The world around him is full of laughter, conversations, and smiling faces. But inside, he feels nothing except the weight of silence. Everywhere he looks, people are connected to their phones, but disconnected from one another, too busy to notice the quiet pain standing only a few steps away. After another exhausting day, he returns to an apartment that no longer feels like home. Dirty dishes, unpaid bills, unfinished coffee, and empty rooms have become part of his daily routine. Some battles leave no scars that others can see. They hide behind tired eyes, forced smiles, sleepless nights, and the silence that grows louder with every passing day. As he scrolls through social media, everyone else's life seems perfect, happy families, successful careers, beautiful holidays, endless reasons to smile, but comparison only makes his own emptiness feel deeper. Standing in front of the mirror, he forces a smile, yet it disappears almost instantly, because sometimes the hardest performance isn't on a stage. It's pretending you're okay when your heart is quietly breaking. Later that night, beneath the glow of streetlights and the sound of gentle rain, Ethan keeps walking without knowing where he's going, carrying a pain that no one can see. Because sometimes the loudest cry for help is never spoken, and the heaviest burdens are the ones carried in complete silence. Another night passes, but sleep never brings peace. Long before the sun rises, Ethan lies awake, trapped inside his own thoughts, watching the hours disappear while his mind refuses to rest. Morning arrives, but nothing feels different. He follows the same routine, makes the same coffee, walks the same streets, and boards the same crowded train where everyone stares at a screen while no one truly sees the person standing beside them. Surrounded by countless faces, he has never felt more alone. At work, his body sits at the desk, but his mind drifts far beyond the office walls, searching for something it cannot find. Outside the window, birds fly freely across the city skyline, reminding him of a freedom that feels just out of reach. As heavy rain pours over the streets, people rush for shelter, but Ethan keeps walking, almost as if the storm reflects the one he has been carrying inside for so long. Later, he sits quietly in a park where children laugh, families gather, and life continues all around him. Yet happiness feels like something he can only observe from a distance, never truly touch. A single autumn leaf drifts gently to the ground, reminding him how even nature knows when it's time to let go. Then his phone begins to ring. It's his mother. He stares at the screen, wanting to answer, wanting to say something, but the words never come, and the call fades into silence. As night falls, he finds himself standing alone on a bridge overlooking the glowing city, surrounded by breathtaking lights that cannot quiet the noise inside his mind. For the first time, the tears he has been holding back begin to fall, not because he is weak, but because carrying invisible pain every single day has become exhausting. Sometimes true strength isn't pretending that everything is fine. Sometimes true strength begins the moment we allow ourselves to finally feel. Standing alone on the bridge, Ethan watches the city shine beneath him. Thousands of lights stretch across the skyline, yet none of them can reach the darkness he carries inside. He closes his eyes and takes a slow, deep breath, hoping that just for a moment, the noise in his mind will become quiet. Then, without warning, someone quietly sits nearby. No questions, no judgment, no interruption. Just another human being sharing the same silence.
Beautiful city. Funny how millions of people live here, and so many still feel invisible. I lost someone I loved for years. I thought asking for help meant I was weak. It was the strongest thing I ever did.
Finally, the elderly stranger breaks the quiet with a few simple words, reminding Ethan that even in a city filled with millions of people, loneliness is more common than anyone admits. As the man shares his own story of loss and the courage it took to ask for help, Ethan realizes that pain is not something he has to carry alone. For the first time in a long time, he speaks honestly, admitting that he is exhausted, tired of pretending that everything is okay. There is no dramatic solution, no miracle, only understanding. And sometimes understanding is enough to begin healing. As the first light of dawn slowly replaces the darkness,
I'm exhausted. I don't know how to keep pretending anymore.
the sunrise reminds him that no night, no matter how long or how painful, lasts forever. Walking home through the quiet morning streets, nothing around him has changed, yet something inside him has. Back in his apartment, he opens the curtains and lets the warm sunlight fill the room. Fresh air flows inside, and with one deep breath, he realizes that healing doesn't always begin with a life-changing moment. Sometimes, it begins with the smallest decision: to open the window, to face a new day, and to believe that tomorrow can be different from yesterday. The next morning doesn't feel perfect, but it feels different. For the first time in a long while, Ethan isn't searching for answers. He's simply giving himself another chance. Healing doesn't arrive all at once. It begins with the smallest choices. Washing a cup, opening a window, making the bed, letting sunlight into a room that had been dark for far too long. Then he does something he couldn't do before. He returns his mother's call. There are no perfect words, only a simple conversation. Yet sometimes one phone call can remind us that we were never as alone as we believed.
Hey, sweetheart Joe.
Hi, Mom.
I miss you.
I missed you too.
As he walks through the same park where loneliness once surrounded him, he begins to notice the world again. Children laugh, birds sing, the wind moves gently through the trees, and for the first time, he smiles back at a child who waves at him. The world never stopped being beautiful. Pain had only hidden it from view. Along the way, he stops to help an elderly woman gather the groceries she dropped, discovering that even the smallest act of kindness can remind us that we still have something meaningful to give. Later, he leaves the noise of the city behind and follows a quiet forest trail, where the sound of birds, flowing water, and rustling leaves asks nothing of him except to breathe. Sitting beside a peaceful river, he watches the current carry a single leaf downstream, realizing that life keeps moving forward, and perhaps he can too. That evening, he opens a notebook and writes just 4 simple words. Today, I felt hope. It isn't the end of his journey, and the pain hasn't disappeared completely, but today hurts a little less than yesterday. As the sun slowly sets over the city, Ethan understands that some people change our lives without staying in them, and sometimes hope doesn't arrive as a miracle. It arrives quietly, one small step, one deep breath, and one new day at a time. The journey isn't over, but Ethan no longer measures his life by how far he still has to go. Instead, he begins to appreciate every step that brings him forward. Some mornings he runs through the park, not to escape his thoughts, but to remind himself that he is still moving. Returning to the same coffee shop, where loneliness once surrounded him, he notices something he had forgotten to see: a smile from the barista, the warmth of a cup of coffee, and the quiet comfort of simply being present. A message from his mother appears on his phone. I'm proud of you. Love you always. In that moment, he understands that love had never disappeared. He had only forgotten how to let it in. Wanting to give back, he spends time helping others in a community garden, discovering that when we help something else grow, we often begin to heal ourselves. As the days pass, he returns to the hill overlooking the city and finally sees it with different eyes. The city never changed, he did. One evening, he walks back to the same bridge where hope once felt impossible. This time, he isn't searching for an escape. He is simply grateful that he stayed. At home, he opens his notebook and writes a letter to his future self, ending it with the words, "Thank you for not giving up." Later, he walks once more through the peaceful forest, following a path that stretches far beyond the horizon, a reminder that life is not about reaching a perfect destination, but having the courage to keep moving forward. As the sun rises over the mountains, Ethan takes one deep breath and smiles, not because life has become perfect, but because he has learned that even after the darkest nights, the light always returns. And if you're carrying a burden no one else can see, remember this: asking for help is not a sign of weakness. Your story is still being written. Tomorrow is full of possibilities, and no matter how difficult today may feel, there is always hope waiting with the sunrise. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos on personal growth, mental clarity, and a peaceful life. See you in the next video.